What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of What Are They Cooking? We got a back-to-back double feature here since we skipped a day to get to the DDV predictions out a day early because we wanted that video posted before the tournament started and not on the day of the tournament, because on the day of the tournament wouldn't be particularly good advertisement for the tournament, nor would very many people see it before the tournament actually started too, so it wouldn't be much of a prediction video. Anyway, speaking of DDV, we're gonna have to start off today with a replay from Deck Devastator 6, actually. But as always, I want to remind you, if you got a replay that you want to see featured on the segment, you can post it in the Discord link in the description in the Edison Format Replays channel. Now, starting off here, as I mentioned, we have a replay from Deck Devastators 6, not just from Devastator 6, but from someone who has made it to day 2 of the tournament, which I think means that they've topped. So they went like X2 or better in Swiss. What was it, 7 rounds or 8 rounds or something like that? I'm assuming that's how this person did. I didn't actually look at the results yet, though. But they said they made day 2. Now they are playing a channel favorite here, which is Neospatian Garden Cat Turbo stuff. I think it's a super cool list. They've clearly messed around with the deck a lot and like refined it and stuff. I've played versions of it on the channel, but my versions were very like rudimentary and sort of underdeveloped. Whereas you can tell from this list that a lot of testing, a lot of work has gone into it by Lemur. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but yeah, he's the one piloting the deck, and it looks like we were up against Bluff Knock, who is just playing Blackwing. I mean, yeah, he's playing birds, and we have the combo. We just have the combo here, right? You see it? We've got the Garden, we've got the Armageddonite, and we have a spell in our hand, so we can just revive that Summoner Monk and get to the Rescue Cat. I think we play... Oh, but there's a DD Crow. I didn't even see that Bluff Knock was playing that. And apparently this just fizzles the Garden effect. Apparently. Is that how that works? I don't know. Garden's got too many rulings. I never even like bothered to figure out how that one worked. Which is weird, because I know a lot about how Black Garden works from playing the Kuraz deck, but actually, I'm going to assume they did that right. This is like a tournament match and all, so it would be pretty weird if they just both got that wrong, and this dude's been playing this deck a lot, clearly, so. We're going to have Cat, and this is where the Dark Panther comes in clutch. Man, I love Dark Panther versus Blackwings. Like, this card is actually so good. It's live like all the time. There's just always a Sirocco or a Gale or a Dad Brionac or something like that where you can just copy and get crazy value out of Dark Panther. So we're going to hit over, okay, Deep Prison, whatever, our guy dies. Now we're in a bad spot. We're actually in a bad spot here. I don't know if this deck plays, I was talking about it earlier, but I don't know if this deck plays a third Airbellum. Probably doesn't have room. We draw Gadgetron, that's so bad. Okay, they upstart, but they just draw another Sirocco, so we got time, but we need to find a card we can actually use. Crossporter could get us to something, but we might just die this turn. Darkens. Okay, we get our search. We can go for Grand Mole, but we are taking 34. No, wait, they just have Kalut here. Shouldn't they have attacked with the Darken first, though? Whatever, we're dead. We're very dead. Unfortunate. Visor Shock? No way. No way Visor Shock made it to day 2 of this tournament. There's no way. Oh, that means there's Limit Reverse in here, too. And also, of course, the Instant Fusion. I think the Instant Fusion is very, very cool technology, because it goes well with the Garden as well, because you can get that Reaper on Nightmare, which is an 800 dude. The Garden can just revive later. And then also lets you do all these cool combo plays with Airbellum Cat, where you can go like Ancient Fairy Dragon. I don't think you can make Arcanine. I don't think there's a level 4 Spellcaster Fusion, but yeah, here we're going in with the Gadgetron. Our Gadgetron gets negated, or our Gear Town gets negated by a Royal Oppression. So we can't use our Monk or our Dad or our Instant Fusion. Kind of down bad. We can't flip the Garden either. Oh, we can flip the Garden. Maybe the opponent just doesn't know. Maybe they don't know that they can just Oppression Garden. Either way, I guess dealing with the Grand Mole is going to be difficult. But yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure you can just Royal Oppression the effect of Garden, because it summons a Rose token. So you can just, like, out-Garden with Royal Oppression. However, we have Giant Trunade. That might be a side deck card. You could also theoretically main it just as, like, an extra sweeper, I suppose. So this is definitely quite good for us. We Trunaded their cards back, but we're going to get to hand rip them for 2. And then we can make just make Arcanite maybe. You could go AFD in defense. We can make two things actually. So we go what, Thought Ruler, AFD. Man, this feels like a Thought Ruler syndrome moment to me. How is Blackwings beating Stardust Mirror Force? Like, how would they actually beat that? I don't know. They're going for, see, this is just Black Rose. Oh. Oh, why didn't we just make Stardust, man? That was I'm right. That was a Thought Ruler syndrome moment for sure. I'm not missing anything. That was just a full on Thought Ruler syndrome moment. All right, we're attacking with the Grand Mole. Do we activate Garden again? Will they just summon? Okay, we summon the token. They don't Oppression. Probably they want to special out their Gale, so maybe they Oppression now? Okay, yes, they do Oppression now. All right, so Bluff Knock did know the entire time, of course. I mean, that would be kind of dumb if someone didn't know. It'd be kind of ridiculous to expect a player on this level to not know that you can just Oppression Black Garden. I don't know why I even considered that possibility. So we're just going to ram Grand Mole, activate another Garden. But yeah, they can just keep Oppressioning our Garden. They don't this time, again, because they want to special out the Gale. And they don't that time either? Huh? Oh, no, wait. Garden doesn't go off that time because we Oppressioned the Gale. I zoned out there for a second, but yeah, we Oppression the Gale, so they can't Oppression the Garden. That's pretty funny. They should have thought about that. They should have thought about that. All right, how are we making it out of this game? They draw Heavy Storm. We're not going to chain because it would make our Porter miss timing, and we kind of really super want it to go off, I guess? I don't know. What does this get us to? It just gets us to, like, Panther, right? How many darks? Do we have 4 darks? No, we have 4 darks. Oh, that's so bad. Okay, we get to Panther, but this means they don't get their Sure Search, which they actually would have if they'd hit over. We draw Armageddon Knight. That can send Plague. Plague can do some kind of play here to go for lethal with Brionac. Okay, yeah, okay. So we just kind of steal this game with Arma into Plague into Brionac. Wild. All right, game number 3. Game number 3. This will determine it all. Opponent is opening up. Their hand is extremely average, which, I mean, a lot of Blackwing hands are like that, honestly, but at least like every Blackwing hand that doesn't contain Whirlwind is extremely average, and now we have one of my favorite plays in the entire format, which is turn 1 normal summon Armageddon, send Cross Porter. It just feels so good. It feels so good to just like Stratos a Grand Mole to your hand. It feels unfair, because like Grand Mole is, oh, that card is good. That card is good, and we going for Dark Armed here? We are indeed going for Dark Armed. Yeah, also it gets Dark Armed live in like 2 seconds. So we just go AFD Dad, and then this is just enough, right? They can brain our Dark Armed, actually. There's no way this is enough. Yeah, Brain Control goes hard here, obviously. Take our Dark Armed. Dark Armed kill the AFD, and then they can just like Synchro and do a bunch of damage and have the Dark Armed kill itself. Now we do have plays. We do have Grand Mole and Smashing Grounds, so we can just go like summon Grand Mole, activate Smashing, attack for game. Yes, the pesky boy gets in. Oh, that was a close one. But yeah, that was a Neospatian Garden Cat combo. Super cool deck. I'm so happy that it did so well at the event. So congratulations to Leomar. Hopefully we'll get to see his list maybe in the future. I think I'll be going over the top decks from this event. I don't know. It might not cut to top 16. I don't know where he is in the standings right now. Like I said, I didn't actually look. But I'm assuming he did well enough to top, possibly, maybe. Next match. This is a deck that I've never, ever, ever featured on the channel, despite being a really cool thing that exists in Edison Format, which is the Moon Sun Dragon Inca deck. I mean, the reason I've never featured it is that it is quite bad, but, like, I don't know, it's pretty cool. The Moon and Sun Dragons have, like, decent effects, right? We're going up against aliens, and the opponent is unironically playing Alien Brain in their deck. Yo, maybe I should play this in Reptiles. It's, like, not the worst. It's not very good either, though, is the thing. They do just steal our Sidra. We're going to drop Tragodia. We got Instant Fusion for Ojama Knight. And we can use the Limit Reverse to revive the Fire Ant and then make the Fire Dragon Inti. What does this thing do if this card is destroyed by battle? Destroy the monster that destroy this card and then burn once per turn. Oh yeah, and then they both have the revive effect where they bring back the other one. So I guess if this thing, how does this thing get destroyed by battle? Actually, it's so big. It's so huge. Maybe these cards are worse than I remember them being. I haven't read the moon one. The opponent goes for Planet Pollutant Virus, but we have Solemn. Did they tribute for that? Okay, it looks like they did. All right. So they get counters on their 2 Code A Ancient Ruins, which this thing can like revive aliens later, I guess. We're going to hit into Mirror Force. Not good. We can set call. Okay, there's an Ancient Forest, which flips up their own guy, and then they proceed not to attack because they have their own Ancient Forest on the field. We now compulse the Cyber Dragon back to our own hand, activate Call the Haunted, bring back the Fire Ant, Synchro for Thought Ruler, activate Heavy Storm, hit over the Alien Gray, and then gain 300 life points, and the opponent just draws 1, so they're like basically even on card advantage, although one of our cards is a Thought Ruler, which is not going to be easy to get rid of. We draw into the Tricky, which we're apparently also playing. Man, I want to see him summon the Moon Dragon so I can read what the hell it does. Alright, opponent draws into Evil Dragon and Nanta. We have Torrential Tribute. Okay, that's going to clear that. We have a Limit Reverse. I don't think that does anything right off the bat. We discard a special, the Tricky, but it gets Torrential Tributed. They activate MST, and our Book of Moon is gone. We draw Supay. Alright, Pot of Avarice. We can maybe get going here, but there's an Oppression set that we're going to have to deal with at some point here. Can we make it? Can we summon the Moon Dragon into... We Tribute Summon, Oracle the Sun, activate... Limit Reverse, but they flip up the Oppression, and now we are being oppressed. That's all I can say. The opponent draws Snake Rain. Absolutely wild, unhinged alien build we've got going on over here. Actually, the Oppression up means their Ammonite play is dead, which is funny. They summon Alien Dog, hit into our guy. We book our own guy, so now he's a 2K defender. We set Hamster. They set Alien Gray. We Tribute Summon the Tricky, kill the dog, and now we hit the set monster. Alien Gray lets them draw 1. Alien Gray actually has a decent effect. It just, like, replaces itself and then puts an A cap. I mean, it's not good. It's actually, now that's quite bad. But by alien standards, maybe, it's, like, whatever. It's okay. You got to consider we're playing a lot of vanillas in this alien deck. So we're going to flip up the Raikou. We hit the Starlight Road, activate Pot of Avarice, and they scoop. Okay, no Moon Dragon this game. Maybe we'll get to see the Moon Dragon next game. So we go set. Offerings. Why didn't you just end phase that if you're going to do it? All right, we have Crow, which is actually good because it stops the Golgar from going down. All right, now we got 2 Oracles from the Sun. We're going to special one of them rather than just specialing the Cyber Dragon, and we're going to kill their guy. All right, so now our guy gets run over by the Alien Kid, but he has a search effect. So apparently I've never read Oracle of the Sun. Hold on. When this card is destroyed, you add the Fire Ant or the Supay. So can the Fire Ant... Do you have to use Fire Ant to make the Moon one, and do you have to use Supay to make the Fire one? I'm assuming that's how it does specify Fire Ant on this one. So I'm gonna... I don't know, I'm gonna have to read the other one when it gets summoned, which I think it gets summoned in this replay at some point. Alright, Avarice goes off. We set Book of Moon, but it gets Typhoon. Rough. Okay. We hit in, and we get Mirror Forced. So much for Sun Dragon. Alright, we can pitch to special the Tricky, but our Tricky gets Solemn. We summon Junk Synchron, bring back the Supay, Synchro level 5, Synchro level 6, so this is only a 6. Okay, and then it uses the Supay, and when it's targeted for an attack, gain life points, and then if it's destroyed, it revives the Inti, just like when the Inti is destroyed, it revives the... I guess that's okay. I don't know. These things seem really mediocre payoffs for... what is like kind of a difficult synchro to make. You got to play these specific tuners that aren't very good. But you know, we don't build decks like these because we should. We do it because we can. That's really what it's all about. So Limit Reverse, bring back Oracle is actually pretty cool because you can just like chain it to a destruction effect and just like search. Now we're gonna make Brionic. So we're actually going off here. We Brionic the back row. Hit over the Alien Warrior, but now we just get in for game. Alright, we never got to see any of the effects get used. They just kind of got summoned, but I guess the destruction effect deters them from hitting over it, because it's just like the Sun Dragon will come back or whatever. So that's something. That's that deck. Here is... this deck's cool. This is like... This deck is playing like Emissary of the Afterlife, which is a card from way back when that searches normal monsters. So that's neat. We're going to have a brain control, and then we kind of see, we get a glimpse at what's going on. There's the Emissary of the Afterlife. There's one of our normal monsters that we searched, which is apparently Giant Soldier of Stone is in here. That's a heck of a cut. We're playing Dragon Zombie. Oh, that's pretty cool. You can search a zombie monster for our whole, like, zombie engine thing, but it looks like we're just shuffling it back with Plague, which is also cool that you can just, like, put your normal monsters back to the deck with Plague and then search them with the Emissary if you happen to draw them. Opponent hits in, they get deprisoned. They actually just scoop. They actually have just been zombified in game number 1. All right, game number 2 then. There's deck dev. That's definitely pretty good. We open 2 vanillas. Ooh, it's not so good. It's not so good. And they set pass. We set Flamvel Guard. We get immediately dodge shoot it. They take our Sand Game. All right. We're going to Sand Game, hit in the set monster. Unfortunately for us, it is a Dark Greffer. No, they're just going to deprison. Yeah, all right. They go set Bottomless. We summon the zombie. We flip up. We synchro. Level 5. It gets Bottomless, but we get our Goblin Search. We search for the Dragon Zombie. Huh. I mean, it's big enough. It's 1,600. All right, now we draw on the Kaias. Not going to use it just yet. We're waiting a turn. Opponent goes summon. Oh, we're playing Dark Calling. So that's why we have the Giant Soldier of Stone. It's a vanilla level 3 rock. This must be the biggest level 3 vanilla rock, maybe? We go Storm Judgment to just, like, completely obliterate our opponent. And now we are going to have Tribute Summon Gores, activate Dark Calling, make a 3,700 Dark Gaia, hit over, and then the Dark Gaia switches them both to attack so that the Gores can hit over for lethal. So that's vanilla zombie Dark Gaia. We never got to see Emissary hit the field, unfortunately, but I guess you can kind of see the plan. You got all these searchable vanillas to try and make your different engines work. Pretty cool. Final match. I think we showed this deck one time before, or maybe I'm thinking of something different, but I remember an Escape from the Dark Dimension deck that was playing Eccentric Boy, but it may have been a different Escape from the Dark Dimension deck. Actually, I think this is a really cool idea. Maybe I should build something like this, where it's like you just make RDA, and then since you made it with Eccentric Boy, it's just a 3k vanilla, which means the negative effect is gone, and then when it leaves, it gets banished, so you can just bring it back with Escape from the Dark Dimension, and you just like have a 3k dude you brought back with Escape from the Dark Dimension. So we're going to end phase Typhoon, and it looks like we're up against Quick Draw here. We hit over the opponent's Card Trooper. We hit in for 800. The opponent is on Dad, though, so it's definitely not normal Quick Draw. We go Summon Armageddon Knight, send the Sirocco, attack in. Raiko's gonna go off. There goes our RDA. It gets banished. They mill a Dandy, though, which is really good. Really good for them. They activate Charge. They mill... Oh, I was afraid they milled their third Raiko. Thank God. There was another one. They go Debris Dragon. Bring back. We Torrential at this point, which seems worse than just letting them Black Rose. No, it's definitely worse than just letting them Black Rose. Nah, they drop Dad, make Drill Warrior. So this is rough. I feel like we should have held our Torrential there. Maybe it wouldn't have mattered. They would not have this back row, though, right? And we go for Dark End, and they actually can't stop it, but Drill comes back. Drill cycles back the Dark Arm Dragon, which is not live at the moment, but they can just stack for Plague and make it live. So might have considered making Stardust there before you dropped your Dad, but whatever. It's all good in the end. The opponent takes the dub. We're going to go Legacy of Yada, draw 1. We go for the Gravekeeper's Descendant, which is apparently a card that's in here. We use the Eccentric Boy with the Cyber Dragon, make another RDA. We haven't seen that Escape from the Dark Dimension yet, but maybe we will. Of course, Thunder Dragon, very good with the Eccentric Boy, just gets you fodder to your hand. We're going to summon Plague, and then Torrential is going to kind of blow us out. Opponent summons Lila, hits in for 1,700, mills 3. We draw into Sorc, which is immediately live. Banish their guy, stack for Plague, Synchro level 8 for Red Dragon. Use Thunder Dragon again since we stacked for Plague, very cool interaction. And then make Colossal with Eccentric Boy, attack for game. Damn, we just like OTK'd, or like not full to 0, but you know, we just like Eccentric Boy summoned a bunch of dudes. Okay, Greffer is going to send... And we're just doing value stuff. We're just doing value stuff like Brain Burial. That's just value stuff, you know? That's how it goes. Are they going to activate the Storm? No. They're just going to play into Mirror Force, say you don't have it. Not a terrible plan, I guess. We set Return, and now we get Storm. We chain Burial, put back the 2 things, so not too bad for us. They go Greffer, send Simorg. What the hell? What is the opponent playing, actually? I haven't paid too much attention, but they're playing some kind of whack quick draw build. They hit over our Sangan. We get into Armanite. Do we have a line to lethal? We can summon a Vayu Synchro. Then we can normal summon Armageddon Knight. Send another Vayu, make another Vayu Synchro, activate Brain Control, take the Gores, hit for 1,000, hit for 14, that's 24, hit for 46 on top of the 24, which would be 7,000 damage total, so I think we should just win the game here. We send Plague instead, but we should still just win. No. Okay. We're going to choose to respect them having some kind of Tragodia Battle Fader thing, I guess. But I think we could have just won, right? Well, now they get another turn, and they can make the red dragon, but they're dead. They're dead because we have Brain Control, so alright. Doesn't matter. So that's Eccentric Boy Vayu. I guess because you play Sirocco, and it's like a 5 that you want to get to the graveyard anyway. I mean, it's cool. Cool deck. Alright, all-around cool decks, but, you know, that's always how it goes in this series. So, as always, let me know if you enjoyed. Say what you want, say what you must in the comments section. I'll see you next time. Peace out. As always, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Furthermore, if you enjoy my content, you should think about becoming a channel member. You get access to tons of bonus content, and it's a great way to help support the channel.